Welcome to another guitar lesson. Today's lesson is going to be a bit different in the way that instead of teaching you how to play a song like I normally would, I'm teaching you how to get into this tuning called drop D tuning, which is used regularly in kind of rock music, but it's also used a lot in blues and folk. So if you didn't know that, there's a fun fact for the day. But basically the reason I decided to do this lesson was because I noticed a lot of songs I've got lined up to teach are in this tuning, and I know a lot of people are comfortable with it, but I just thought in case there was anyone who kind of wasn't comfortable or just didn't like the idea of tuning the guitar differently at all, this should be for their benefit basically, because I didn't want them to kind of miss out on a chance to learn a song they love because they weren't confident with tuning the guitar. Yeah, that's basically just why I'm doing it. So yeah, I'll get on and start teaching you. So I'm in standard tune at the moment, E, A, D, G, B, E. And basically, the good thing about this tuning is that we're only going to need to change one string, which is this lowest E string. And we're just going to take the tuning peg and we're going to loosen the string by one full note, so it's going from E to D, okay? So yeah, we're making it, as the name might suggest, drop, we're lowering the pitch, so you're going to want to be loosening the string. So if you've got an electronic tuner or something, grab that and just do it that way, just kind of keep loosening it until you've got a D note. If you haven't got a tuner, then what I normally do, and what I found a lot of other kind of teachers on YouTube have said as well, is that they've come across octave chords probably as you've been playing, and basically the E that we're gonna change to a D will be an octave lower than the fourth string, which is a D, which kind of makes sense. Or also another way you could do it is by so yeah, you're going to compare those two strings, the pitches, until you get a D, or you could play the 5th fret on the A, which is also a D, because at the moment the 7th is an E, so you can tell that's the same note, and because we're lowering it, we want it to be that note. And another thing what I was going to say is, if possibly you're refraining from doing it because you're worried you'll snap the string in the process, I really wouldn't worry, because it's very unlikely that you will just tune into drop D and back. You know, it's unlikely that you'll snap your low E anyway, although I'll probably get hundreds of comments saying like I've snapped my E before, and I have actually, but never tuning to drop D or back, because it's only one note difference and it's the thickest string anyway. So if that's the thing that's holding you back, don't let it, because it is very unlikely. So so yeah, we'll get on and actually start to change it and tune it then. Alright, so here we are about to change to drop D. All that's happening off camera is that I'm just keep picking the 6th string, which is currently an E, and the 4th string, because as I've already said, that's the note we're trying to reach. So obviously that's wrong, so we're just going to loosen it. And there you go, it's literally as simple as that. So yeah, that's literally it, you're in drop D. So possibly all that time thinking, should I not do it? And it's literally, it's that simple to do and to get back. And once you've done it 3 or 4 times, you can literally just do it in a matter of a second. You can just kind of, you know, tweak it and you're there. So yeah, I mean, if you're not quite sure if you've tuned it right, you can just check and it should sound right. So it's just a really kind of fun tuning to kind of experiment with as well, and there's loads of kind of cool riffs, a couple of kind of heavier riffs as well. Yes. yeah, so there's a few examples. Maybe say a few things about it while we're here in drop D. What the main thing really that instantly kind of presents itself is that if you just play the three bottom strings open, so it's D, A and D, that in itself is a D5 power chord. So if you put your finger on any fret, or, you know, barring over those last three, it's going to be a power chord. So literally, you know. Anyway, you know, it's one of the kind of things it's used for a lot, especially in the kind of heavier, like rock kind of stuff. That's one of its kind of benefits, is that you can literally just, you know, plonk your fingers anywhere on the fretboard and you'll have a power chord. Also, put a cleaner setting on. If you just play a D major chord, which, you know, normally if you're in standard tuning, if you played that all six strings, it might sound a bit weird. But because you're in drop D, the D becomes the lowest D becomes the root note, so you can just play all the strings, and you know that's quite cool as well. So they're just kind of some of the things that it's kind of primarily used for as well. So yeah, they'll probably come up as well in some lessons, kind of that kind of thing. So just before I end, I'll just to show you that I've not tricked yet. I'll tune back to standard. So like before we lowered the pitch to get to D, now we're raising it back to get to E. So you can, again, if you don't have a tuner, compare it with the No on the 7th fret of the A, which is what we went from originally, which I'm going to get back to now. So we're just going to keep. There you go. And we're back. So yeah, I hope that's been useful, and if you had any doubts beforehand, I hope you don't have them anymore and you'll enjoy playing in drop D. So thanks guys, see you in a bit.